What's going on, guys? I'm back with a brand new video, and this one is all about a transporter. I'm going to go through the different models of transporters if you're looking to buy one, some of the stuff you should be looking for. Let's get straight to it. So this video is going to be based on the transporter based off the chassis from the T5 model and onwards. I'm not going to go before that, and I'm going to go right to the current day. So going straight into it then, when you're looking for your vehicle, you're going to see a number that keeps popping up. It's either going to be your T5, your T5.1, your T6 or your T6.1. Now what does this mean? They're all iterations of the same chassis. They're basically facelifts, upgrades. If you break it right down to the initial chassis, it's going to be the same, but thereafter your bumpers, your headlights, that sort of stuff, it's different. And as the number goes higher, it's the more recent model. Once you've decided which model you want, you're going to be looking at different van types. Now these van types are as follows: panel van, high roof panel van, half panel, pickup, crew cab chassis, combi, or the combination Kraftwagen, shuttle, and I'm not even going to get into the California and the beaches because technically they're not a transporter, they're a full different model, but we all know that they're the same van. Now once you've decided on those two things, you're going to be looking at engine sizes. Now engine sizes vary massively between the models because technology's changed, the way we like to emit our emissions has changed, which is why the engine size have changed so much. The diesels vary from a 1.9 to a 2.5 litre diesel. They're more commonly found in the 2 litre model. There's even a bi TDI, and obviously what this means is that you're going to be saying bye to the other TDIs and you're going to be saying bye to your wallet once them turbos break. No, but really, it's got 2 turbos. Another thing what might be relevant to you if you live in a low emissions zone is that some of the later models, the T6s and 6.1s, can offer a Euro 6 engine. This means that you're going to have Blue Motion on there, which means you're going to need to add AdBlue to it. That's something that can become quite annoying, but if you live in that emission zone and you've got no option, then yeah, definitely go for the Euro 6 option. And then if you're looking for a petrol model, you're going to be looking at anything between a 2 litre and a 3.2 VR6 engine. The 3.2 VR6 is in some of the very early models, but the more modern ones is the 2 litre TSI engines. You can pick them up in your T6 and your T6.1 models. The next number that you're probably a little bit confused about is when you're going to see like a T26 or a T28 or a T32. And what these are is the payload. That's the total weight of the vehicle once it's got its loading. So the higher that number is, the more weight it can carry. The only difference between these numbers is the suspension springs, what the van's set on. This can be upgraded at a later date, but if you know that you're going to do a camper van build, I'd probably suggest not going for the smaller T26s and maybe up it a little bit and get a T28. The curb weight of a transporter is roughly, depending on what extras you've got, about 1800 kilograms from what I've seen on the internet. I didn't actually get a chance to weigh mine before I did my mods, but I got a T28, it's almost fully converted now, and I'm at 2500 kilograms. So once you've decided those, you're going to see the different specs, and these are going to be worded such as start line, trend line, high line and sport line, and I've just said them in the order of the spec that they are. So the start line is like your basic builder's van, very plastic interior, very basic everything to try and get it the cheapest that it can possibly be so more builders can buy it and not be bothered when they damage them. And then you're going to finish off on your sport line. The difference between your sport line and your high line is you'll get more sporty features. You're going to be getting stuff like sound deadening. You're going to get an extra inch on your alloy wheels. The high line and the sport line are going to have the colour-coded bumpers, colour-coded wing mirrors, colour-coded handles, and the sport line is also going to have a lowering kit on it. It's going to lower it by 30mm. And then we're going to move on to what wheelbase do you want. You've got the short wheelbase and the long wheelbase. There's not much between them, to be honest. I went for the short wheelbase just for the ease of parking in normal parking spaces, and I still find sometimes I stick out a little bit at the front. So maybe the short wheelbase is for you if you're planning on parking in normal car parking spaces. But if you want extra space, maybe you've got a couple more kids, that sort of stuff, you want that long wheelbase to store some more stuff, then the difference between the two is the long wheelbase is 5.29 metres and the short wheelbase is 4.89 metres. So like I said, there's not much, but it might be worth thinking about getting a longer one if you need it. The next number that you're going to see when you're looking for one is PS. And what that basically is, for you and I, it's the horsepower. But it's not exactly the horsepower. 1 PS is 0.9863 of a horsepower. So not quite. When you're looking for your PS, you're going to be looking at a slightly less number for your horsepower. Unless you're from Germany and you're working PS. What it actually stands for is Verstärkungsstark. So some of the additional options that you might like to consider is the 4Motion, which is VW's 4-wheel drive system. DSG, which is VW's automatic. You can also retrofit steering wheels onto this from other automatics, so you can use a flappy paddle function. The Comfort Dash, which is a much softer dash. Most of the van dashes are just hard plastic. The Comfort dash has got that squishy foam material back into it, so it feels a lot more like a car. You're also going to get some gloss plastic covers for your trims, that sort of stuff. Electric sliding doors, and for sure if you're doing a camper van conversion, the electric sliding doors are worth the weight in gold. If you're on a campsite at night and you've got to slide your door shut, it's going to be annoying other people and probably yourself. The electric sliding doors, nice quiet close on a button, that'd be very useful to have. I didn't get that model, I thought I'd retrofit it afterwards, but it turns out it costs more than the moon. And you'd also want to consider a carpeted cab. Most vans come with a rubber flooring in the front. It's not very nice. The carpeted cab's quite expensive to retrofit. It is easy to do if you do come across one, and there is a third-party company providing a carpet now, so you can get them new. But I would definitely try and get a factory carpeted cab if you can do. You're also going to encounter a few common faults when you're shopping for these vehicles. One of the major ones that's always talked about on the forums is a dual mass flywheel. That's prone to going. The steering column is known to knock. Windows are prone to leaking, and this is more specifically aimed at the flush sliding windows that come on factory combis and that sort of stuff. The drive shafts can fail, but that's more commonly like exaggerated when people put lowering suspension on or lifting kits, because that's going to put the drive shaft at a different angle, which is going to put more stress on those joints. And one final thing I will say when shopping for these transporters is avoid getting stung. I've just gone through a range of models, and realistically anyone can make any model look like a new model. So when you are shopping for it, be sure what you're looking for, research what year you are after and what specs it should come with. If you're looking at a T6 and it's got a 1.9 engine, it's probably not a T6, it's probably just had all the extras put into it. It is expensive to convert something fully to a T6, as in to get the interior in there and the door cards and all that sort of stuff. The outside is a lot more simple. You've got companies that will provide bolt-on kits to facelift the outside, but the inside is quite more complex. You're going to have to wait for used parts to come up after that, but people still do it. So don't think that you're buying a T6, you're paying over the odds for a T5.1 that's just been facelifted. Hopefully I've been helpful there when you've been shopping for your new van. If I have, please do subscribe, massive help. I'm on this venture to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you drop a subscribe right now, that'd be massively appreciated. Do like and share this video. If you have anyone that's asking questions about this van, share this video to them. Let me answer all the questions just in one video. If there's any other questions I didn't cover in this video, then comment below, I'll be sure to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll definitely be able to contact someone that does.